Hey everybody, David here, and today I want to talk about Venom, Let There Be Carnage. This is a new film that's out in theaters. I already did my non-spoiler review, but now I want to talk about some spoilery things, specifically the ending of the film, the post-credit sequence, where we see Venom and Eddie Brock they're hiding out. They're hiding out because, Venom killed Woody Harrelson's character, Cletus Cassidy. And so Venom is known as a murderer who chops off people's heads or eats off people's heads. Um, and at first, okay, you're thinking, okay, so what's the big setup here that a lot of people are getting hyped up about? Because before the movie was coming out, some fans got to see an early screening, as well as some critics. And the big thing was that a lot of people were freaking out because something big happens in the post-credit scene that's getting a lot of people really excited, and probably the reason why this movie is doing really good right now. And so what happens is Venom is about to tell Eddie about symbiotes and where the universe, how vast it is, and where they come from and all that. But suddenly something happens. The room starts shaking or something flashing, and it's like static starts to erupt, and suddenly the scenery, everything changes. I think they were even like in a different room afterwards, and you're wondering what the heck just happened. Although, if you know a certain movie that's coming out soon, SpiderMan No Way Home, there might be some magic at foot. A spell might have been conjured, because right after that whole event, like Eddie and Venom are like both freaking out, like what the heck just happened. And like, if Venom's affected by it, like if he's like freaked out by it, like, yeah, what did happen? All of a sudden they notice on the news something different is showing, and they see J. Jonah Jameson. That's right, J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson from the end of Spider-Man Far From Home. He shows up on the news and he's like talking about a fugitive. And who is the fugitive? He calls out Spider-Man, and they actually show footage, an image of Tom Holland Spider-Man right there on the screen, saying that this guy's a fugitive now, showing that this is taking place right where Spider-Man Far From Home took place, and linking it into Spider-Man No Way Home, which now adds a whole lot of new speculation in what's going to happen in the next Spider-Man movie, which we know is dealing with the multiverse. So Venom is now in the MCU. Now, I don't think Venom's going to be full-time in the MCU. I do think that things are going to revert back to normal after Spider-Man No Way Home, because there are characters and storylines that they just dropped there were certain things left hanging before the end credit scene that they set up, that they clearly want to tell at a later time. And I think doing the whole multiverse thing now is not going to allow them to go back and pick up some story threads that were left hanging, specifically the thing with the police officer who was kind of butting heads with Eddie and then kind of helping him a little bit. And I learned that he actually does become a villain in the comics. So I think they'll probably want to save that for a Venom 3, which is why I don't think it will happen in the MCU, because did those characters also get merged into the MCU? And how does that even work? How are all these characters going to live? Is that how they're going to bring mutants in the MCU? Maybe they do keep the X-Men characters that have already been established, and just by lumping them in there, like, hey, here's all these new characters, and they're suddenly here because Doctor Strange conjured a spell that we were all waiting. All that aside, what do I think is going to happen to Venom? Venom himself is really the most important character. That we could talk about that other stuff another time. I think Venom is the important thing here. How does this make Venom fit into Spider-Man No Way Home? I'm starting to think now he might be one of the Sinister Six. And that was a theory I did have, that he could possibly be one of the Sinister Six. And I'm going to tell you what, I don't think the Lizard from The Amazing Spider-Man is no longer one of the characters. He could still be, because there was that scene in the trailer that a lot of people were speculating, like something comes behind Peter Parker in the shadows. We don't see what that creature is, but I'm starting to assume that it's not the Lizard and that it's probably Venom, because Venom would blend in a lot better in that kind of environment. And we didn't see the face of the creature at all. I have a feeling when we get our next Spider-Man trailer, we are going to see Venom show up in that scene right there. That's going to be my conclusion. So now I'm starting to think, okay, Doc Ock is confirmed, Electro's confirmed, Green Goblin is most likely confirmed because of the Goblin Bomb, as well as William Dafoe's laugh we hear in the trailer. So that's already 3. Venom is looking likely now, very much likely. I agree with people about Sandman because we do see the Sandstorm. So then who is the 6th member? Well, I'm still leaving that for Mysterio. Yeah, I'm leaving that one for Mysterio. I think Mysterio will be the 6th villain in this Sinister Six. Venom was a part of the Sinister Six in the comics, so it just makes sense that he would be a 6th member. I do also think that Venom will realize that Spider-Man isn't actually bad, and he might actually team up with Spider-Man by the end of it, and maybe even suggest that Spider-Man come to his world where his identity could be, kept safe with an all clean slate. I think Spider-Man will ask Doctor Strange to put him in another world where he can start fresh with his friends and his family. Their minds will be erased and fit into another reality. I don't know. I think it will be something like that. Or who knows? Maybe everything goes back to the way it was. Venom goes back to his timeline. Spider-Man stays in the MCU. Who the heck knows? But I do think Venom and Spider-Man will be seeing more team-ups with them down the road. I think Spider-Man No Way Home will be the end of Spider-Man in the MCU by having Spider-Man say goodbye to the MCU one last time, and I think he'll be merged with Venom. Because I think Sony wants to get out of the deal now and keep Spider-Man all to himself. Spider-Man's established. They're already establishing this multiverse. And now all they need is to grab Spider-Man and bring him back into the Sonyverse. And that's what I think they're going to do. So tell me your thoughts, guys. What are you thinking? Do you think Spider-Man will stay in the MCU, or do you think he will go into Venom's universe? Let me know in the comment section below. And also tell me, do you think Venom will be part of the Sinister Six? I still think Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield will show up in that movie too. This is a one-time event, guys. So this is not going to go on forever. You're not going to see these crossovers. This will probably be the last time and only time Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield will show up. Now, I know Andrew Garfield is denying it. He can deny it all he wants. The truth is, he's going to be in this movie. And if he isn't, it's either going to be a very big disappointment for a lot of people, or maybe we can set our expectations and be like, okay, maybe they're not going to show up. I'm going to do that. I'm not going to expect them to show up when I'm watching the movie. I'm expecting to see the movie when I watch the movie. But maybe if they do show up, that will be the bigger surprise. Now we know Tom Hardy most likely is going to be in this movie. It's practically clear that's where they're going with it. And I'll be shocked if Venom doesn't show up. I'll be shocked if Venom doesn't show up, because I don't know. You can't just set that up at the end and then not have him appear. But then again, Andy Serkis has been saying, yeah, well, we kind of put it there because, well, maybe possibilities could happen. So does that just mean that Venom is now in this new universe? And maybe he is staying there. Who the heck knows? But then what does that mean with the other characters that he knows? Are they in this new universe as well? In the MCU as well? And maybe that's what's going on. I don't know. So December, it's almost here, guys. Just like what, 2 more months? We're already in October, November, December. So we're almost there. We'll know very soon enough. Hopefully the next trailer for Spider-Man will give us a lot more information. But all I can say is I'm very confident that Venom will be part of the Sinister Six. As a matter of fact, the last Sinister Six video I made, someone even commented, Venom. So it looks like Venom, some people are already starting to think that way. So yeah, there you go. Okay, with that being said, I want to plug in my Patreon supporters. These are the people that support this channel by donating a monthly subscription. There's a $5 tier and a $10 tier. Both of them will get you the exact same thing, which is an end credit at the end of every video and a thank you by me. So thank you very much to my Patreons. You guys are awesome. And look, if you can't donate, there are other ways to do it too. You can share a link to this video, watch every video I post up, and like every video I post up. The like button, the notification button is also very important, because that way you can know whenever I post up future videos. That will alert you to let you know that, hey, David just posted up another video. Go and check it out, whether you hate it or not. With that being said, don't be an ass and dislike this video. Just like the video. I mean, like, I never understand when people dislike videos. Even if they don't agree with the conversation, you should always be supportive, and you should always press that like button. That's all I'm gonna say. With that being said, until next time, everybody, take care.